Hello everybody! Today I decided to do the Hunger Games tag. Yay! Now recently I got really into the Hunger Games, and since I read all the books by now and watched the 2 films that are already out, I decided to do this tag. And well, this tag was invented by Garceffa, and I don't seem to remember the other guy's name, but Garceffa and another guy did this tag. They made these questions, so credit goes to them. I didn't make these. There are 12 questions in total, and they cover like the entire trilogy, so there will be spoilers probably in there. No, there are spoilers in there. So if you haven't watched the films or haven't read the books yet, I suggest to either you watch on and don't complain about spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, then I suggest you go to another video of mine. Let's get these Hunger Games started, and may the odds be ever in your favor. First question, favorite book. My favorite book is definitely Catching Fire. I originally thought that Mockingjay was going to be the favorite book, but I still stay what I thought after reading Catching Fire. And yeah, I just like Catching Fire the most out of the 3 books. I think it has to do with the Quell and that there are so many new characters introduced. I think that's why, because I love new characters in there and I love character development. So how long would you last in the games? I wouldn't make it past a book path, period. What is the strangest thing you thought that was going to happen in the books? I don't really understand this question, nor did other YouTubers that did this tag, except for Garceffa and his friend themselves. So I think that what I thought what the books were about, well, I did know that there was that you had a America in a nearby future that is now called the Panem, and then you had the Capitol, and you have the Hunger Games and stuff. And I think that each book was going to be about a different edition of the Hunger Games. So, like, the first 2 books are the 74th and the 75th annual Hunger Games, respectively. I thought that the 3rd was going to be the 76th Hunger Games, but that wasn't. So, there goes my theory. How were you introduced to the Hunger Games? My dad. My dad made me watch the first film, and I got hooked. As simple as that. Favorite moment that happens in the Hunger Games? My favorite moment is definitely the cave scene. The scene where Katniss really realizes that Peeta really does love her, and that's just so sweet. And I was like, my favorite character. My favorite character would be Peeta Bullock. I think because he is like the embodiment of what I look for in a guy. And yeah, I think he is like the dream guy for me, and the fact that Josh Hutcherson portrays him doesn't really help my cause. So yeah. What district would you come from? I'd say 12. Not because Peeta and Katniss come from 12, but because where I live, in this region, in this region of Belgium, we had the coal mines, and since mining is the main industry of District 12, so yeah. But seriously, I would, if I could choose, I want to live in either 4 or 2, simply because 2 and 1 are the career, because those 3 districts are the careers, and yeah, I would have, should I was chosen in the games, I would have at least something to back to back my survival in a certain way. That is, if I don't get murdered by my fellow career tributes. Because we all know those careers are backstabbing, yeah, you know. Okay, 8th question. What was the most emotional moment in the books for you? There are so many emotional moments. I mean, Mockingjay is just a bomb of feels, so if we count that out, I think that my most emotional moments would be, there are several, but I think the most emotional to me is where, in, spoiler alert, in Catching Fire, where Katniss is once again reaped, because it is a quarter quell, and in the quarter quells there are twists. Like in the previous quarter quell there was the double amount of tributes, whereas in this quarter quell the tributes were reaped from the existing victors. And since Katniss is the only female victor for 12, she wasn't there again. And I love it in the film that Effie is practically crying when she has to reap them. And that really is character development that I love. Like, Effie was very, with her head up the clouds and stuff like that, and by having Peter and Katniss as her victors and getting to know them better, she gets to know them in a way that I don't think every escort gets to know their tributes. And yeah, she gets really emotional about it. And she really does care about her tributes. What item would you take into the arena with you? Now, I have a bracelet which has my name on it, which my mother had made at a Scottish folk festival. But yeah, I would take that with me simply because to remind myself of who I am and who I'm fighting for. What are you looking forward to the most in the film? Now, for Mockingjay, I'm really looking forward to, well, not really looking forward to, but I'm curious as to if they are going to put it in there or not. And this is a spoiler alert, Peter and Joanna, they get captured by the Capitol after the quarter quell, and they are tortured. So yeah, I think that's really that's really going to be very interesting to see, as like for Catching Fire. I mean, how they captured the post-traumatic stress disorder on screen was just amazing and really believable, and I really skimmed over that, or I didn't really see it in the books. The post-traumatic stress disorder, the way how Katniss and Peeta deal with it, I didn't really see that in the books, and I did see it in the film, and that was just amazing. Amazing. Just thumbs up for Josh Hutcherson and Jennifer Lawrence, really. And we have arrived at the 12th question, and that is, who is your favorite villain? My favorite villain is Cato. I think it's because he was portrayed by Alexander Ludwig, and Alexander Ludwig is just a hunk. But no, I think Cato, if it weren't for Katniss and Peeta, I think he might have won the games. Perhaps Clove as well, but yeah. Clove gets a little too cocky, and that's, in the end, what gets her killed. Okay, guys, that was it. I do want to point out that I am currently writing also a written version of the answers to the tag, and I can't really promise that they will be 100% the same, but I have filmed this like several times by now, so I think that most of my answers are the same, but shouldn't they be? You will get a more detailed argumentation as to why I give that answer in my blog. I will leave a link to my blog, as I already said, in the description below. It will probably be the first blog post you will see, unless you watch it tomorrow. Then there might have been another blog post on there, as I try to post daily now. I haven't been very active either on YouTube or on my blog, but I had finals to deal with. I had a mental breakdown, more or less, to deal with. So yeah. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and may the odds be ever in your favor. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!